Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Seth Geis, and from the Bastani Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Superb.
Doing well. Early
Nice,
spring. Happy days.
for sure.
It is. It's getting
Can't wait till
warmer,
the time
man.
change. Can't wait till the time change. Let's go.
Is this got to be coming out? Like I always,
It's next week.
this
It's this
is it?
weekend.
No,
It's
is
this
it really
weekend.
that fast?
It's this weekend. Do you guys
Man,
do
it
that?
always
Do you
catches
guys
me
do
off
that?
guard.
There's some countries that don't do that. Do you guys do that?
Sadly, we do. There's been conversation. We want to go to whatever. I always get the thing messed. Whatever the permanent time is like. Let's just go to that and be
I
happy
think
with
I
that
think the time
because
that we're going to get
Is the
is the
permanent one?
permanent time.
Yeah.
right.
I feel like that's like a Spaceballs thing. When is then?
Right.
Then was now.
Yeah.
Then
So
was now. I'm surrounded, but
you've been jammed.
All right.
Oh shit.
So today we are talking about the EP Carrillo 15-year anniversary. This cigar is kind of a torpedo, I guess, more of like a 109 style, 6.5
mhm.
inch by
Hmm.
54. It comes out of the Casa Carrillo factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrapper is Mexican San Andres. Binder is Nicaraguan Jalapa. Filler is from Nicaragua and the Dominican Republic. It is blended by Ernesto Perez Carrillo. Price point is $20. Cigar was released in November of 2024. And we picked these cigars up from Corona Cigar Company. So if you are in Florida near one of the locations, be sure to stop in for a cigar and a libation. But if you are not, you can give them a call or go to the website, place an order, and it will be shipped to you almost instantly.
Get the libation ship too.
You can. Uh, yeah, for sure.
Well, this
They have
cigar, you'll
tons of
need it.
bottle picks and stuff like that, so go for it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So with all that out of the way, Seth, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
I keep getting irritated every time we come across an EP Carrillo that's, the entire wrapper is hidden, and then when you take it all off, you're like, oh God, put it back on. Um, so it's just, whatever. But, in terms of flavor profile, it's fairly average. It's getting some like coconut shaving, some wood, coffee and spices. There's some minerals, a little bit more cocoa powder. It's a really long finish. Strength and body were around the medium level, just kind of average. Second, third delivered that earth, dark cocoa and wood. The mineral notes were on the rise. Um, and final third just kind of delivered that rich earth, dark cocoa, mineral, woody. Remain medium, strength and body. Burn was, I wrote good, which is really good for EP Carrillo, but it's kind of like average for a lot of people. And the draw was a little average. I just thought with the tapered head, I know you mentioned it kind of as like a 109. It's one of those you just needed to. I didn't cut enough, and then you needed to cut more, and then I always feel like that's. I don't know if that's on me, if I'm just more of a conservative tapered cutter. I don't know. John can break that down for us. Um, yeah, average. John.
Yeah, I thought the cigar had a nice start to it. For me, the first third had a ton going on. I mean, sweet tobacco, mild spices, some wood, coffee, chocolate. What else did I get there? A little bit of mustiness that kind of balanced out some of the sweetness. I mean, it was a nice start, and I thought the first third, all those flavor components were nicely balanced. Like nothing was kind of offset or discordant or whatever. So good start. I'd say I'm agreeing with Seth that the rest of the cigar was pretty average, which is to say, I think the flavors were pleasant. Like the second third was a lot of creamy earth, and the earth had a little bit of strength to it. Where I think the first third might have been a little softer. The second third was a little bit more medium strength. So it's kind of just more along the lines of tobacco, a little bit of wood, a little bit of earth. So quite a bit of a step down from that first third. And I think in the bottom half, there was this sort of darker, loamy element to the earth, which I felt like it kind of came out of nowhere based on where the cigar started. And then the last third again, kind of more of the same creamy earth, very much at medium strength. And then halfway through the bottom half, or pardon me, through the bottom half of the last third, a lot of wood. So kind of out of nowhere, and a lot of spices that came after it settled in. So, pretty average. I had some burn issues. Unfortunately, it was pretty lopsided. Kind of struggled with it, just being uneven the whole time, and I had to do a touch up halfway through the first third, and then another touch up in the second third. Um, oh, actually, three touch ups. So I had to do a touch up in the last third. So that's a lot of touch ups. And I had the cigar when I did my humidity test. It actually was on the dry side, so I was quite puzzled as to why I was having burning issues when it was on the drier side. But what are you going to do? Ironically, I thought the draw was great, so I used a V cutter. Maybe that's the difference. I don't know. Uh, I would say, flavor wise above average, but everything sort of taken into account, it's kind of pretty average for me. What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with toasted oak, baking spice, and light earth. Earth built up through the third, and then some light chalkiness joined in and kind of paired up with the earth. Second third saw the baking spice transition to black pepper and increased in fullness, and then kind of continued to increase throughout the third. Final third saw the pepper become even with the earth, and some light creaminess joined in. Construction for me was absolutely perfect. No issues in regards to that. So kudos to them for putting enough tobacco in this one. Um, but I just thought the cigar had an average flavor profile throughout, kind of focused around the toasted oak, earth, and baking spice, black pepper. Nothing interesting or kind of intriguing about the profile, and it's not a cigar I really see myself coming back to. So I would just chalk this up to another disappointing anniversary release, which is kind of par for the course for the cigar industry, I guess. All right, let's get into the scores. We're going to start at the top with John at 5.8. June and I both gave it a 5.75, and Seth gave it a 5.1. So, John, how'd that 5.8 match up for you?
Yeah, it matches up well. I mean, you hate to see that as if I'm the high mark at 5.8, that's not a good sign. Look, I thought the presentation was great. It's a good looking cigar. It's going to look good on the shelves, but ultimately, if the flavor doesn't deliver, and then it's got a $20 price tag, like man, oh man, I mean, gosh, I can get two short runs, almost two and a half short runs for the same price, and I feel like it's a better flavor value for me. So, yeah, 5.8. That's not something I'm going to come back to.
My 5.75 matches up well. Average flavor profile throughout, perfect construction, kind of gets to the high fives, but not anything I'm interested in coming back to flavor wise, and added the price point, and it just cements that. So, all right, Seth, 5.1.
I mean, you're right. I mean, it's their anniversaries have just been really disappointments. I kind of made a jab that this was an improvement over some of the other stuff, which isn't saying much when it was at 5.1. So it's just a constant struggle with EP Carrillo. It's just Casa Carrillo it's on fire and not in a good way.
All right, any final thoughts from you guys on this one?
Yeah, to the guy who is going to comment and say he really loved the cigar, good for you, man. I'm glad you had a good experience. That's good. I also wish that I had a good experience. Every cigar that I light up and review, I wish I had a good experience.
And to that same guy, I remember when I did crack, and I should just tell you to get help.
There you go. Two sides of the coin. All right, wherever you catch this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out the full written review on the website, developingpalace.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Limitada.